I myself have participated in illicit street races.
Wait a second.
It's true.
Don't say that out loud.
It's true. And, you know, I'm not really proud of the fact.
Ouch.
But
Mom's gonna hear this, you know.
Well, she probably knew anyhow. I think we took her to the races several times in Brooklyn. I'm sure most people start on the street because it's the cool, it's simple, it's let me go hang out with my guys and do some car-related stuff.
Drifting was really, really popular in Japan when it was right at its peak. I would just go watch, like 13, 14 years old. The day I turned 16, I got a 91 Honda Civic. Took my driver's test, got my license, went to my buddy's house, lowered it that same day, went out to the street races in Long Beach that same night.
Everyone we meet, all the drivers, most of them come from a street racing past. They have stories they'll tell you about some illegal run they did down a highway or one of their best drag races they did out in the street.
Everywhere we went was a race. You go somewhere, it was a race to get home, a race to get to the track, anything. So a lot of the times we broke our cars on the way, up or back, you know, because we were running the engine so hard.
We would do this thing called the figure eights. We basically have these off-ramps in this highway that was configured like a big figure eight. One guy would go first and the other guy would follow. Whoever comes back first is the winner.
I used to be a valet for like a nicer, higher-end hotel, so they had a lot of nice, high-end cars that used to come in. I'd take it out, kind of do a little test drive, Porsches and stuff like that. Blast through the whole three sideways, just smoking up the whole street.
I got a car, got into it on the little amateur spots, like parking lots. Once I got a little better, 17, 18 years old, I started going in the line with all the Japanese guys in the pretty hardcore spots.
And somebody came up with this thing called mirror tag, you know? You're on the expressway and all of a sudden you just hear this boom! And somebody comes and just hits their mirror on your mirror. And this is stuff, I'm talking like going really fast. So you don't even expect it. You're just kind of like about to fall asleep on the way home. You're driving, next thing you know, it's like bam! Sometimes the mirror will break.
Made mistakes back in the days where I get carried away with racing and I end up getting busted for it.
It's not that the guys who do it are wanting to break the law. They just don't have enough places to race at, and they have nowhere to go.
When I was 17 years old, at that time, there was nowhere to race my car. You know, there was no tracks around. We'd go to the canyons sometimes and go, you know, speed through the canyons. We'd go to street races and go drag racing.
At the time, racetracks wouldn't let us do it on their tracks. They're like, no way. Wouldn't even give us a parking lot. So just like skateboarding, if there's not a skate park, we're gonna go, you know, do a 50-50 grind on your memorial. And it's just, you know, something that happens because of passion and love. We're men and we need to go do things, period.
I have to admit, sometimes I am tempted to drift on the streets, even today as a pro. When you're driving down the freeway, you see an on-ramp that says 30 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour. I mean, you're thinking, 30 miles an hour, I can take that at 60 if I was sideways.
I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not robbing anybody. I mean, yeah, I'm breaking traffic laws, but to me, I don't feel that I'm doing bad to anyone. So yeah, you know, I got caught, whatever, but I've gotten away more times than I've gotten caught, so I'm still ahead of the game, you know?
I think street racing is a bit of a joke, really. It's just a bunch of kids going mental. Which is kind of cool, but everyone grows out of it eventually. People who think they're street racers are just really sort of clowns most of the time.
It is just dangerous. You know, I hit another car before coming the other way. We were okay, he was okay too, but you know, there's a lot of accidents that happen.
I watched the car in front of me go about halfway down, lose control, and just demolish the car. So after seeing something like that, I was like, you know, that could have been me in that car.
The way how things going right now, basically the cops will pull any Honda right now, even if it looks stock. That's how hot the streets are right now with Hondas or any imports right now.
If you get hooked, if you think you like this is something that I would like to do, then the street is nowhere for you. You can't really go fast on the street. You can't drive fast on the street. You risk having your car taken away. You risk killing people. You know, it really doesn't make any sense.
Operation Speeding Ticket was created in conjunction with our partnership with Irwindale Speedway. We were trying to think of a way to enhance exposure to the legal venue. Officers go out with a ticket book that looks just like a citation, and it's a $20 voucher to come race here any Thursday night.
It's a street legal program where anybody can bring their car out to our property. We'll do a safety tech on it. If it passes safety tech, you can come out and run your car up and down the drag strip all night long.
If you have a driver's license and it's your mom's grocery getter, or, you know, anything that has a motor and it's legal to run on the strip, you can run it.
If you look at it on any given day, it doesn't look like much. It's just this little strip of pavement with a tiny grandstand off to the side of a parking lot. But on Thursday nights when they have their drag racing events, it completely transforms the place, where you just have literally hundreds of cars come in there.
We're usually averaging about 250 race cars every Thursday night, and depending on the weather, you're gonna get a couple thousand spectators here.
That's legal street racing. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
The transition going from a street racing to a pro for us was pretty natural, just because you get kind of worn out with going to the street races, and, you know, where's it end?
I went through a lot through court and community service and fines and all. And I got realizing, you know, it's actually a lot safer here at the tracks than it is on the street.
You're totally limited with your capabilities at the street races. There's no clocks, there's no timers. You don't really know if you're progressing. You know that you beat that guy or you lost, but you don't really know how fast your car is, if you're getting any better.
We know that we're not going to put an end to street racing completely. We're not going to abolish it. The one thing that I can say personally that I know firsthand is I used to street race. I used to be out there and doing the same thing they were. But I've also seen accidents. I've seen people killed while street racing.
I like doing a lot of different automotive shows and different events where I can actually sit and spend a lot of time talking with the kids coming up. They've got to hear from somebody like me who's been there and done that, hey, that's not the way to do it. Somebody's gonna get hurt. It's just a matter of time. It's not an if, it's a when.
When you're actually out on the track, you're actually drag racing for time, you know, when you're grip racing for time, you know, like drift competition, you can actually see and push yourself a lot further and see a lot more results.
If you like this, you need to go onto a racetrack. You need to get professional. You need to step it up a bit. And that's where you'll truly experience fun and what you were looking for. And you guys should come out to the racetrack and do this for real, is what it really boils down to.